Good morning, friends. I thought that today would be a good day to take you along so that you can see what I do, or at least some of the things that I do during the day. What kind of jobs I perform on my little urban farm. Okay, so this is something that I actually did last night. I got all of my 10 by 10 squares, and I also did some smaller squares for like washing your face, what have you. These are what I call personal cloths. I am going a lot more natural these days, trying to cut down on excess waste by using things like paper towels and what have you. And I've even ventured into taking it even further, and that's to the bathroom tissue, simply because, as we know, times can get hard. Historically speaking, it's happened. So, I am preparing for that possibility. Plus, you don't know what kind of chemicals and things are used in order to create bathroom tissue and paper towels and tissues that you use, So, I am taking this one step further, and last night I ripped up these. So this morning I am going to not really sew them. I'm just going to put a zigzag edge around because both of these fabrics fray. They're both kind of a terry cloth. This one right here is a softer one, but the other one over there, that is basically a terry cloth. It was a child's hooded bathrobe that I bought at either Goodwill or the America's Thrift Store, and I decided I was going to put it to, and I knew when I purchased it, it wouldn't be used for what it was made for. Let's just clarify that right now. I don't have a child in my house, especially not one small enough to use that. But, so today I'm going to put zigzag edges around to try to minimize some of the fraying. And these have already been washed. I do that before I ever cut anything out. And, yes, I am increasing the size of my personal cloths and my little face cloths. And I want you to join me on that journey. All right, let's get started. So, let's get started. Actually, I've already started this, but I stopped just to put something on in the kitchen, and I didn't take you around because all I'm doing is I put some eggshells in the oven. Oops, let's don't go that far. Okay. You will probably notice that I am not a seamstress, and that's okay. I enjoy what I do. Oh, and by the way, just in case you're wondering why I'm doing this, in my area, the good Lord has decided that we needed tons of rain, and technically we are way below what the rainfall that we need for the year. But having said that, that one is cut now. But now it is a personal wipe. That's one down and 155 to go. I don't really know how many there are to go, but there's a large pack of them over here. But since it is raining and it's so nasty outside, I decided this would be the best thing for me to do. Do I have something I could can? Yeah, if it was not frozen, I could. But the problem is, something is wrong with my canner, and I'm trying to decide which canner to replace it with. The last thing I thought it was going to, well, it kind of did die on me. I mean, it quit doing what it was supposed to do. So I ended up freezing the stuff that was in the canner because of that. You hear my boy out there crowing, don't you? He is very noisy. It's a good thing I have good neighbors, though, because, you know, I'm in an urban community, and if it weren't for good neighbors, I'd probably have to get rid of him. Question is, would I do what I said I was going to do when I first got the chickens, and if they turned into roosters, then I'd have soup in the pot. I don't know that I could do that, but maybe. Now, if I was hungry, I wouldn't have a problem doing it, I don't think. But I'm not hungry by any stretch of the imagination. And yes, in case you're wondering, I'm throwing all the strings on the floor because I know that when I get through, I'm going to sweep, because I haven't done that yet today. Because I had actually wanted to, on my schedule was to clean the chicken coop today. And technically, I guess I could go out there and do it. I'm just using the rain as an excuse, I guess. Alright, friends, I was just happily working and didn't realize that the camera was not on. So, you're just going to watch me come out here and throw some cabbage leaves that I just took off one of the cabbages to the chicky chicks because, well, it's what I do. So, here we go. Just throwing them out so the chicky chicks will come get them. And they will. It's not that many, but they'll come get them. See, there's my chicky chicks. There's my chicky chicks. All my little chicky chicks up under the gardenia bush. Pineapple's looking good. So is my fig tree. Ooh, okra's doing pretty good too. Let's take that one. That's about the size that I really like. It's a nice size. Y'all, I don't fry my okra, I boil it. So I want the little small ones. That's just what I want. I see lots of little cucumbers, but I've already cleaned out the ones that were on there. My tomatoes are going to have to be pulled out. They're looking sad. Look at my sunflowers, though. Ooh, yeah. That looks pretty nice. This one looks nice, but for some reason it's really super short. I don't understand. There's my other fig tree. That was a limb that was broken off of the fig tree when I got it. As you can see, I've already harvested some lemongrass. My banana tree is turning yellow, and I think it's because I moved it. I don't think it liked the fact that it got moved, but it'll get over it. I feel like it will. Ooh, I see a tomato. Let's go grab that before we go in, too. Look at all that ginger and turmeric. Oh, look, I got some more coming on. All right. Look at that. Ooh, look at that pepper down there. Can you see that pepper? My pumpkins are coming along. My green beans look horrible. I'm going to have to get in there and see if I can straighten them out a little bit. Look. More of the peppers. Look. Oh, I'm so excited. Now that's some more ginger over there, and of course aloes. Those cucumber plants have not really done anything, but I keep hoping and praying over them that they will. I gotta go over there and take care of that dragon fruit right there too. Right there. He needs to have all those babies taken off. We're gonna go back in because I'm about to make dinner. Get back. And you can watch me make dinner. I didn't get much done on this. I got interrupted several times. But you see I haven't moved my sewing machine, so I will get back to it. It may be later tonight when I get back to it, but that's okay. I don't really watch TV, so it really won't matter. I have no problem not watching TV. Okay, friends, I am bringing you along with me as I make yogurt today. I'm going to make it in my Excalibur dehydrator. I am using a different recipe than I normally do. I'm using one that came off the Excalibur website. You're probably going to laugh, but I didn't know until yesterday that I could actually make yogurt in my dehydrator. So, this is going to be interesting. So, what I have to do first is I have to take my milk, a whole half gallon, and I'm going to pour it in this saucepan right here. And yes, it's whole milk. And I'm going to heat my milk up to 180 degrees. Once I get the milk up to 180 degrees, we will, this is going to be a waiting game for it to get up to 185 degrees. And of course, I have to heat it over medium temperature until then. And then once that happens, we're going to turn it off. I'm going to set it over here. And then we are going to let it cool down to 115 degrees. When it gets to 115 degrees, I'm going to take about a cup of the milk out of this saucepan, and I'm going to mix it with 4 tablespoons of my yogurt. Now, I've got this Stonyfield organic probiotic yogurt, and it's also whole milk, but it has live cultures in it. This is the important part, is it has live cultures, and it tells you exactly what those cultures are right there. Okay, friends, this is 185 degrees, so we're going to remove it from the heat. We're going to move it right over here, and then we're going to let it cool down to 115 degrees, at which point I will take a cup of this milk and very slowly mix it with 4 tablespoons of the yogurt with the live culture. Okay, according to my handy dandy little handy thermometer, we have reached 100. Now, even though I bought that to make yogurt, I won't be using store-bought yogurt again. I will be using some of my own yogurt. I will keep a cup of it to start my batch from now on. So, just so you know. Okay. Let's take that out. That can also go in the water. And we're going to take It's amazing how milk skims up, isn't it? We're going to take that right there, and I just want to double check. Now, this is a meat thermometer, but as you know, it has a digital readout. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, we are good to go. We're going to take this. Now, what we have to do is we have to temper the yogurt. So we're just going to pour a little at a time and stir as we go. Nice little bacteria in here accustomed to the warmer milk. We don't want to kill them, we just want to get them accustomed to it. Now, no matter what recipe you use, and some of them don't tell you to do this. The one I'm using doesn't tell you to do it, but previous recipes I know that this really should be done to protect your bacteria. So that's why I'm doing it. You just stir this up really, really good. Okay. Now that this is nice and mixed up right here, we're just going to start stirring and very carefully pour our mixture with the yogurt and the milk into the milk, and just stir it up really good so that we can get it incorporated into the milk completely. Now, I've seen people do this in Instapot. I don't even own an Instapot. I guess I might need to get one. It might be easier. Seems like it is anyway. Now, it's not going to be thick right now, obviously. It's just milk with some yogurt in it. But, so, we're just going to take this mixture and we're going to dip it into our jars. And I really don't know how many jars it's going to be. I mean, I can guess, but, you know, I don't like guessing. So we'll move that over there. Let's bring this one down here. So now, what we're going to do, I'm having to do this with one hand because I want you to be able to see. Put my little lid on, and the only thing I have to do after that, because I have my settings up here already done, it's at 110 degrees, and it's going to go for 9 hours. And as soon as I plug this in, which I'm about to do now, it's going to get loud. Excaliburs are loud. I don't know if any of the rest of them are, but Excaliburs are. So here we go. Alright. And I will let you know how it turns out, because this is a new recipe and I have no idea how it's going to turn out. But that's okay. I don't mind experimenting. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is I am going to make some dinner, which is going to turn into about 3 more meals that I can have. I love stuffed cabbage rolls. What I don't love about stuffed cabbage rolls is how long it takes to make them. So I'm going to have unstuffed cabbage rolls because it's quick and it's easy, and I'm taking 2 cheats today. I'm not chopping my own onions. I have frozen chopped onions that I'm going to use, and I also have a can of tomato soup that I'm going to use for the sauce. So, there's that. So let's get started. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is I have this ground beef chuck, and if you've bought any ground beef lately, you know it's not cheap, and I don't eat a lot of beef. I eat mostly chicken and turkey and fish. But sometimes you just want that red meat. Let's put this in here to cook, and I'm going to throw the onions in with it. And I don't know about you guys, but I love onion. So, with that being said, I'm using this whole 10-ounce bag of onions, which is probably just a little bit more than a large onion. We're going to get this started. While I'm waiting on that to cook, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chop up my cabbage. I don't really chop it so much as I do just shred it. And I'm not a chef, so please, you know, just bear with me. I love to cook, but not a chef. Alright, let's put some salt, and I use pink salt, Himalayan salt, and then we're going to put some pepper because I don't think you can have cabbage without having pepper in it. That's just me. Because I like things a little spicy. We're going to put some red pepper flakes in here. Boop. Okay, friends, it's time for us to start putting the cabbage in there. Now, sometimes you can't get all of your cabbage in at one time. You have to let it cook down a little bit, but y'all probably know that. And I'm using my little Dutch oven, my cast iron Dutch oven, because I love cooking in my cast iron. Cast iron is, I guess you'd say it's my favorite. And I don't have as many pieces of cast iron as I would like to have. Okay, put that there. We're going to put this on for a few minutes and let that cook down. Well, I tell you what, let's put a little bit of this in there first. Okay, friends, I've got it down to where it's ready to simmer. So I'm going to let it simmer for about 30 minutes. And then I can enjoy my unstuffed cabbage rolls for my dinner tonight. Okay, friends, it is done. Now, I did add a can of tomato paste. It just wasn't tomato-y enough for me with the soup. So I added a tomato paste, and I added a little bit more salt because it wasn't salty enough. But that's just the way we cook, right? Now, let's taste this stuff and see what it's like. I'm thinking it's going to be really good. I really am. It smells delicious. Yes. Oh, this is delicious. It's awesome. Friends, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. I really enjoyed your company as I went about my day and the things that I do. For me, just about every day is a little bit different. Of course, there's things that is the same every day, like you feed the chickens, you water the chickens, you let them out to free range. You do other things the same every day, but then sometimes there's different things that I did. And like today, I made the personal cloths, and I'm almost finished with them, by the way. There was a lot of them, and I got ahead of myself when I was tearing them out. So anyway, I want to thank you, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channels, and then hit that bell so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I appreciate your support on my channel. And please like and comment down below, because I really enjoy reading all those comments. It just makes my heart smile. So it's about to start pouring rain now, and so I'm going to jump off of here, put the camera away, do all that good stuff, and eat this delicious unstuffed cabbage roll. Y'all have a blessed rest of the day, and I'll see you on the next video.